Hi, my name is Dr. Jeff May, and more importantly than that, I'm a father. This is my son Bennett, and I am willing to do anything to make sure that he leads the happiest and healthiest life possible. In fact, I know that I'm not alone in that. You know, most parents want that for their family and for their kids, but I know that it's not like that for everybody. In fact, there's a lot of you out there who are tired, frustrated, and just flat out confused when it comes to this common childhood condition known as the ear infection. Now, whether your child has had one or two, or like some people that I know and I've talked with, has several, and week after week, after round and round of antibiotics, possibly even tubes, they seem to become rushing back at the slightest sign of a sniffle or a cough or a running nose. Well, I'm here to tell you that you're not alone. In fact, this is the #1 condition that people take their child to the pediatrician to in the United States. And that's the exact reason why I've teamed up with the National Wellness Foundation and put together a very powerful workshop on the ear infection and antibiotics. So, regardless of where you're at, let me ask you a question. What if you had an option to deal with the ear infections without the use of drugs or even tubes and surgery? Or better yet, what if you were in a place where you didn't have to deal with the ear infection in the first place? Well, you'll find below at the bottom of this screen the information on my next upcoming workshop that literally has helped thousands and thousands of families just like yours over the entire world. So make sure you pre-register, call the number, you'll get a confirmation email, and we're going to make sure that you get a spot in the next upcoming workshop. And you know what? Don't just take my word for it. Here's what other parents just like you have found from the workshops in the past.
Hi, I'm Emily and this is Ella. And Ella was having some problems with ear infections about a month and a half ago. She started getting, she just got really upset and fussy and something was really bothering her, so we brought her into the doctor and they put her on antibiotics, and she seemed to get better pretty quickly, but then after we were done with them, she was still pulling at her ear and was still a little bit irritable, so we went back to the doctor and then they put her on a stronger antibiotic because it was still there, and then that caused a whole bunch of problems with thrush, and she had yeast infections in her neck and her diaper area, and we really didn't want to have to go back on antibiotics. So after about 2 weeks after that, she was pulling on her ear again and having some fussiness. So we came here last week and she got adjusted. I think this was just her 3rd time just now, and she hasn't really had any problems. I've seen her just kind of do this about maybe 2 or 3 times since we've come, but she's definitely much better than she was before, and we're really glad we didn't have to go on those icky antibiotics again and then the medicines for the thrush and the yeast infection, because we don't like that. So we're really happy we came here and we don't have to go on those medications.
My name is Jeremy Schroeder and this is my daughter Casey. Casey, at about 4 to 5 months of age, began having recurring ear infections. We had about 6 to 8 in a period of about 5 months, and the pediatrician recommended tubes. We ended up doing that procedure. The tubes worked for a little while, but not long after we started having recurring ear infections where the tubes had fallen out in about 8 months. After a little while longer and a few more ear infections, they discussed the option of doing tubes again. And my wife and I did not really feel comfortable with that, especially after the results we had with the first series. So we looked at other options, and that's when we came and spoke with Dr. May. Dr. May began treating Casey, and ever since we have not had any ear infections, and I believe Casey's health overall has been much better. We want to thank Dr. May for everything he's done for us.
So once again, make sure you get registered for the next up-and-coming workshop, and I look forward to helping you and your family lead the healthiest lives possible really soon.